Hi everyone, welcome to week 9 of our Comp 1 class. I hope everyone is doing well and hanging in there. We're in the final stretch now, only a couple weeks left of class, so keep up the good work. And of course, if you are encountering any issues or have any questions, please just let me know. So yeah, in this video, just going to go over some of the things that we're going to be doing in week 9. So let's go ahead and take a look at task 9.1 here. Task 9.1 is just writing your draft. That is pretty straightforward. We spent pretty much all last week planning, writing project 3, brainstorming, pre-writing, thinking about the organization. So you should be in a pretty good spot to draft writing project 3. Let's move on to task 9.2. Task 9.2 is asking you to consider the design of your document. Now, this largely just means making sure that it is in MLA format. You'll find page numbers here for making sure that your document is in MLA. Make sure that you should also make sure that your header and your title and your page number are formatted in MLA as well. It doesn't just refer to the citations. There's a lot that goes into making sure that something is in MLA format. So make sure you double check your textbook to make sure that you're doing it correctly. This next part here, you could also consider using headings or subheadings in your document. This is completely optional. It's only if you want to, if you think it will either benefit you or benefit your reader. What this is you would just be labeling your different sections. So you might like label intro. Then whatever like your first point is, you would maybe have a header that says that, and so on. Now, normally you see document headings in longer documents, but if you are interested in giving that a try, you are certainly welcome to do so for this paper. You'll find some helpful readings on that on pages 650 to 652 in your textbook. Task 9.3. This is the first thing that you actually need to do this week, or turn in, I should say. You are posting your draft to the discussion board. We're doing peer review as we have always done. As per usual, make sure that you make note of anything that you are struggling with or anything that you want feedback on, and that way whoever reads your paper will have some extra ideas of how they can help you out. By Friday, you should complete peer review for one of your peers. Remember, it's a good idea for you to go in probably on Wednesday or Thursday and claim a peer's draft. So comment on their post and let them know that you're going to be reading their draft, and then that way we'll hopefully avoid multiple people reading the same person's draft. We want to try to have everyone read at least one paper, so we're sort of distributing the feedback evenly. These are the questions that you should respond to in your peer review. And remember that I would like you to reply to each of these questions. Even if you feel like you don't have a good answer to it, or you feel like your peer didn't really do one of these things, still make sure that you're writing something down. And that way I know that you addressed each part of the assignment. I also ask that you bullet point or number your responses as well. That just helps me make sure that you are meeting all of the assignments requirements. Task 9.4. This is just revising your draft. So any feedback you receive from your peers or any feedback you get from tutors at the Writing Center, you should implement that feedback and try to make your draft better. Tasks 9.5a and 9.5b are a couple of different editing things that you can do to also improve your paper. The first of which is making sure that you are using signal phrases properly. Every time you quote or paraphrase a source, you should provide a signal phrase. And remember, a signal phrase is something that signals where the information is coming from. And so that usually includes the author's last name. And it will often also add a little bit of context for the quote or paraphrase, and will give your reader a bit of an idea of what the information is that you are about to present. So we have a video here that will help you out with making sure that you're using signal phrases properly. Next, we have a video on punctuating citations. So this is your research paper for this class. For writing project 2, you did use one source. You used or you cited or quoted from one source. You had the lens text. But in this project, you should be using at least 3 sources. So that means that you'll probably be quoting more, you'll probably be paraphrasing more, and it's important that you know how to properly punctuate your quotes. So this video will help you out with that. Task 9.6 is asking you to reflect on your work so far. So this is one of the things that you'll be submitting at the end of the week. Your questions here: what helped you the most in writing this piece? What was the easiest and hardest about writing this piece? How well did you incorporate your own personal experiences, observations, or reflections into this piece? Did you apply your prior learning to your work on this paper? If so, in what ways specifically? Also, how might you apply what you learned from this paper and this unit of the course to future writing assignments? Finally, what tips do you have for future students working on this project? So it's usually good when you are done writing something to take some time to reflect on the process, reflect on your writing, and that way you are more likely to learn from that process than if you just sort of write the paper and then never think about it again. So that's the purpose of this assignment. And then our last 2 modules here are just where you will submit your work. The first one, the only thing that you are submitting here is task 9.6, so you're not submitting your draft of writing project 3 here. You will be doing that on this last module. You'll see here, it says submit writing project 3. There's also a little reminder here that this is not where you are supposed to submit task 9.6. And that should be everything for this week. Keep in mind that there are lots of good examples available in the Student Success Gallery, not just of final papers, but examples of student work throughout the process of writing Project 3. So if you haven't taken a look at those, it would definitely be a good idea to do that. And if you have any questions, just let me know.